You're listening to episode number 11 of the Wise Photographer podcast. It seems like everyone and their dog is opening a photography business. With the affordability of a digital camera and the allure of a fun and creative outlet that you can actually make money from, it's easy to feel like the market is oversaturated. On the surface level, each photographer isn't really all that different from the next. We all have access to the same equipment, and with the right amount of money, we have access to the same training and resources. But there's one thing that just can't be duplicated, and that is the you factor. Your personalities, likes, dislikes, experiences are what set you apart as a photographer. Everything that you've done, seen, experienced in life make up who you are, and those are the reasons that people either love you or they hate you. Today, we're going to take a look at how you can harness the power of personal branding to help you stand out in the sea of other photographers.
Welcome to the Wise Photographer podcast with your host, Chelsea Wise. Each week, Chelsea is bringing you the best tips and tricks to help you create a joyful, profitable, more purpose-filled photography business. Chelsea is a wife and mom of two who has built a thriving photography business in her tiny hometown in western North Dakota. Without further ado, here's your host, Chelsea Wise.
So when you think of a typical brand, you might think that it includes things like a logo or colors and fonts. When I say McDonald's, Nike, or Apple, I bet you see their logos flash across your mind. These brands have millions and millions of dollars to plaster their logo all over everything from cups, billboards, commercial, Facebook ads, and more. I don't know about you, but I don't have millions of dollars to plaster my logo everywhere. Also, if I had millions of dollars, I would probably have a second home somewhere a lot warmer than North Dakota for the winter. So, what other options do we have to build client awareness and loyalty? I want to introduce you to personal branding. Personal branding takes who you are as a person and infuses it into every part of your business. Today on the Wise Photographer podcast, we are chatting all about how to create and build a personal brand. So, what exactly is a personal brand? I want to give you some examples of personal brands both inside and outside the photography industry. First off, I want to share one of my favorites, Chip and Joanna Gaines. These two have created a freaking empire based on their personal brand. Chip and Joanna first entered the national scene when they starred as hosts of the hit HGTV show Fixer Upper. Now, they are not the first people to have a show where they fix up houses on TV. Yeah, every house is a little bit different, but the process is about the same. They gut, redesign, install, reveal, repeat. Why did Fixer Upper take off like wildfire? We got to know Chip and JoJo throughout the process. We got to meet their kids and see their chickens. We got to see Chip's goofy side when he ate a cockroach while showing a gross house. We saw how they loved each other and learned their family values and fell in love with shiplap along the way. They have now quit the show, launched a magazine, wrote multiple books. Joanna has a rug line and a product line at Target. They have their own online store and have completely transformed the city of Waco, Texas, with the Market at the Silos Baking Company, Magnolia Table, and the Little Shop on Bosque. People are flocking to Waco. I'm trying to convince my husband to take the drive up there while we're in San Antonio next month. But here's the deal. This Magnolia empire had a little bit of a rough start. Head back to those first couple of episodes of Fixer Upper. You will see Joanna with this dark makeup and clothes that just feel way too formal for her. You'll see Chip in a collared shirt trying to not crack any jokes while he's talking to the camera. Luckily, producers harnessed in on what made Chip and Joanna stand out from all the other fixing up shows on TV. And that is why America completely fell in love with everything that they have to offer us. The next person I want to share with you is Jenna Kutcher. She also has an amazing personal brand. She's known for her laid-back, beachy style, her relationship with her husband, and her love for mac and cheese. A personal brand is a connection to an individual. It's when our clients can put a face to a business and build that connection and relationship with the person behind the camera. We'll get right back to the podcast, but first, the sponsor for this episode, Trello for Photography. Trello for Photography is an online course that walks you through how to get the most out of Trello to organize your client workflows, keep up with your blogging schedule, and ensure that you never forget what day you're in charge of snacks for the soccer team. No matter if you're a portrait photographer, wedding photographer, offer in-person sales, or a digital only, Trello for Photography has a workflow board for you. Having an amazing workflow process that you can replicate over and over is the key to creating raging fans who are singing your name anytime someone's looking for a photographer. Inside Trello for Photography, you'll gain access to my favorite boards, including boards called the 30,000-foot view, Step into my office, and my most used board, My Week. The My Week board actually is where you're going to plan everything that needs to get done each and every day of the week. It's seriously the only way I'm able to keep up with my business, kids, and the housework. You'll gain access to videos walking you through how to use each and every board. Best of all, you get complete lifetime access to boards and updates. Just copy them to your account and start saving time and actually getting things done. Never question whether or not you ordered that album for that wedding client, or spend hours searching for a PIN number for a gallery that someone forgot. Best of news, Trello for Photography is just $29. You spend more than that on a single manicure. To find out more and enroll, head over to TrelloForPhotography.com. That's TRELLOFOR photography.com. So how do we actually start? I want to give you a little exercise. Go grab a piece of paper and number it 1 through 30. I want you to hit pause and come up with a list of 30 things about you. This list could include things you are passionate about, stories from your past, surprising things about you, funny quirks that make you the person you are, things you like, things you don't like, your thoughts about travel, the jobs that you've had, and the hobbies you love, or the roles that you have in life. Here's some things that are on my list. I'm married. I'm a mom. My family farms and ranches. I'm a former rodeo queen. I only wear black socks. The flavor of bubblegum makes me sick. I love black and white. I have 4 fiddle-leaf fig trees. I love yoga. I moved around a lot as a kid. I love the modern farmhouse look. My husband has had 3 heart valve replacement surgeries. We have a greenhouse in our backyard. I love dogs, but kind of more older dogs. I don't really have the energy to keep up with a puppy. My faith is really important to me, and I've had a miscarriage. Okay, go ahead and hit pause and make your list. Okay, so all of these things make up you. These are things that people either have in common with you or find interesting if they don't. Each one of these little items is a touch point that you can create with people. The first step is to start seeing how you can weave these little things into your branding and marketing. This could look like me sharing the funny story about how I got carsick as a kid winding through the roads of the Rocky Mountains. I told my parents that my head was hurting and my mom gave me some bubblegum flavored Tylenol, which I later threw up all over the car 2 miles down the road. To this day, I cannot stand the smell of bubblegum. Or it could mean sharing photos of my fiddle-leaf fig trees as they grow and giving tips on how to care for these picky plants. This list in front of you is an entire month of things to talk about on social media. On your list, you're going to have some things that are worthy of a blog post, while others might just be something that makes an appearance on Instagram stories every once in a while. Some things might fall into the middle, and these are great content for Instagram posts or Facebook posts. If you're feeling super fancy, go ahead and take some markers and color code the topics that you want to share on your stories, social media posts, and on your blog. Once you do this for a month, repeat the same list again next month with the same 30 topics. After 2 months, take a look of which of these touch points has had the most interaction. So what does interaction mean? This could mean likes on Facebook or Instagram, or comments, DMs, or people even talking to you about it in person. A few things are going to sort themselves to the top of the list. Hopefully, you'll have about 3 to 5 items that got more traction than the rest. This list of 3 to 5 are the things that you want to strengthen and start to highlight across your website, social media, and your visual branding. These are the pillars that you're going to build your personal brand around. Some pillars in my brand are my husband's heart surgeries, my love for plants, especially my fiddly fig trees, being a farm wife, and my kids. Okay, Chelsea, but what does your husband's heart surgery have to do with the wedding photography business? Our journey has made me appreciate the value of what I do so much more. I care about photographing couples who are committed to standing by each other's side through all life throws at them. I'm charged with documenting the day that they make that promise, the day that they step into the unknown hand in hand. It's something that I hold sacred, and sharing our story and how it's changed me is going to attract couples who have the same value. Okay, so that one seems to fit pretty well, right? But what does plants have to do with wedding photography? Okay, here's the thing. I get it that not everyone who keeps up with the growth of my fiddly fig trees is going to be getting married anytime soon. Maybe they're already married. But I bet the odds are pretty high that they know someone who is getting married. Guess who's going to be top of mind when they ask them if they know any wedding photographers? They're going to tell their friends to check out Chelsea. She's got these cute kids, and her husband just went through these major surgeries, and she has this giant fiddly fig tree that I'm obsessed with. The best thing about a personal brand is it cannot be copied. Sure, some other photographers could copy your logo or your branding colors, but they haven't experienced the struggles, the likes, and the dislikes that make you the person you are. Your personal brand is what's going to let you stand out in the sea of other photographers and help you to attract the right clients. All right, guys, what do you think? You now have a list of 30 things to share on social media this month, or even on your blog. If you are in the middle of your slow season like I am, you have no excuses to not show up on social media. I would love to hear what you included in your list of 30. Do you hate bubblegum too? Hop over to the Wise Photographers Insider Facebook group and share your list, or get some ideas on what to include in your own. That's it for this week, guys. I will see you next week. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Wise Photographer podcast. Dive into the show's notes for this episode and all past episodes at www.thewisephotographer.com. If you loved the show, share it with a friend. Thanks for tuning in, you Wise Photographer you.